Ryan from the Burnout Show, and today I'm going to show you how to remove a crankshaft from a small block Chevy 350. So I'm currently in the process of rebuilding my 350, and so I'm doing a series on all the different steps and whatnot. So definitely subscribe if you're interested in that. But today, like I said, I'm showing you how to remove a crankshaft. The first step for that is going to be removing the timing cover. So right here I've got my speedy wrench and a 7/16 socket. I think the speedy wrench is just a bit faster than using a ratchet, but you can use the ratchet or whatever. But yeah, you just got to take all the bolts off along the front of the timing cover. So my timing cover is a bit stuck on, so I'm going to try and just use my pry bar to, a little bit of extra oil there. There we go. Perfect. Now that the timing cover's off, you're going to need to take these 3 bolts out of the timing gear. Now this can be a little tricky because the engine's just going to spin on you as you try and move it. So actually, in the video where I took off the harmonic dampener, I showed you a trick on how to prevent the engine from spinning while you're working on it. So I'll put a little link to that in the top right corner of the screen and you can go check that out. But I'm going to go ahead and loosen these bolts using a breaker bar because the ratchet wasn't quite enough torque. So now that I've got those 3 bolts out, I should be able to just remove the pulley and pull off the chain just like that. And then just really quickly, I'll show you a nice easy tip on how to get a camshaft out. You can take those timing gear bolts and stick them right back into the camshaft, and that'll allow you to pull it out pretty easily. Gives you something good to grip. So the next step is going to be removing the oil pan, and there's just a bunch of bolts along the sides. I believe, yeah, the 4 corner bolts are a little bit bigger than the rest of them, but you're just going to need a ratchet or the speedy wrench like I used on the timing cover, and you'll be able to pull all those right off. Alright, now that we've got all the bolts out, we should be able to just pry it on up. And there we go. Alright, so now that we've got the oil pan off, we're going to need to remove the oil pump. To remove the oil pump, you got to take out this bolt right here, and then you should be able to just pry it up. Alright, so now that you've got the oil pump off, you can begin removing the pistons from the crankshaft by loosening these nuts all along here. You're going to want to use a 9/16 socket with your breaker bar so that you can get the torque to get these things off. Now once you've got these nuts loose, don't take them off all the way, but take a rubber mallet and hit the nuts so that you loosen the cap off of the piston, and therefore can take the cap off and push the piston all the way through. Now that the cap is separated from the rest of the piston, we can just take the nuts off. So once you've removed the cap, you then need to take something long. I'm going to use this pry bar here, but you can take anything that's long enough, and you can hit the piston out of the shaft. You want to be careful not to drop it at the end. Alright, so now that we've got all of our pistons removed, we can go ahead and remove the 5 main bearing caps of the crankshaft. For this, you're going to need a 5/8 socket and another breaker bar. And once you've got all the main bearing caps off, you're ready to pull out your crankshaft. Just like that. You should also make sure to collect all the bearings if they're stuck to the engine. And that's all there is to it. Now you're ready to get your block cleaned and begin rebuilding the engine. But yeah, like I said at the beginning, I'm doing a whole series on rebuilding this 350, so if you're looking for some help on that, definitely subscribe. But that's it for now, so stay tuned for more tutorials, and thanks for watching.